Hi friends, it's Miss Pratt. I hope everyone is doing good. I have a book for you guys. It's called Those Darn Squirrels. I hope you like this book. Let's get started. On the outskirts of town, at the edge of the forest, there was a little old house. The only thing older than the little house was the man who lived in it. Old Man Fookwire. Old Man Fookwire was so old that when he sneezed, dust came out. He's also very grumpy. He hates pie, and he hates puppies too. The only thing he liked were birds. All summer long, the old man painted pictures of birds that visited his backyard. There were whirling birds, bongo birds, baba birds, and yaba birds. Even a rare fugolo bird came by once or twice. He loved his paintings. They weren't very good, but the birds never said anything. When the air turned crisp and the leaves began to change color, the old man grew sad. He knew that soon the birds would fly south for the winter, as they did every year, and that he would be lonely. Then he had an idea. If he fed the birds, maybe they would stick around. So the old man built beautiful bird feeders. He put them all around his backyard. He filled the feeders with delicious seeds and berries. Soon birds came from all over the forest just to eat in the old man's yard. Isn't that nice? Look at those bird feeders. But the birds weren't the only ones that liked the bird feeders. The squirrels did too. Uh-oh. Not many people know this, but squirrels are the cleverest of all the woodland creatures. In fact, they're fuzzy little geniuses. They can make a house out of a tree, a bed out of a bunch of leaves, and a box kite out of twig dirt. And squirrels spit. They're also excellent at math. Did you know that? Winter was fast approaching, and the squirrels need to gather as much food as they can get so they can be ready. They decided to take some of the birds' food. Uh-oh. They look kind of silly, don't they? The birds were not happy. Neither was the old man. When he discovered what had happened, he shook his fist and yelled, "Those darn squirrels!" Uh-oh. He filled the feeders again, but this time he hung them from a clothesline. Then he went back inside, confident that the squirrels would no longer be able to get to the seeds and berries. Look how high up that is. He's on a ladder. Do you think that the squirrels are going to be able to get to the bird feeders? But the squirrels were determined. They had a plan. And this time they took all of the food from the bird feeders. Look what they did. The birds were furious. "Hump!" yelled the bongo bird. "Those darn squirrels!" yelled the old man. "Yum!" said the squirrels. Of course they're going to say yum. They're full, aren't they? That old man looks very angry. So do the birds. Now it was now it was now it was the old man's turn to diverse a plant. He went to the general store to pick up supplies. He brought lasers and clamps. He bought wires and springs. He bought all sorts of tools and built a fortress around the bird feeders. Then he refilled them very carefully. "Na, na, na, na," said the birds. Do you think it's going to work? The squirrels stayed up all night working on their strategies. They drank cherry cola and ate salt and vinegar chips to help them stay awake. Finally, they had it. The perfect plan. They put on their tiny helmets and prepared to launch themselves into the air, over the fence, between the lasers, and onto the bird feeders. Oh my goodness, look at them. I've never heard of squirrels drinking cherry cola. The first squirrel misfired and hit a tree. The second squirrel went too high and landed in a bucket. The third squirrel sailed clear over the house. Uh-oh. The birds laughed and laughed and laughed. They each had one delicious mouthful of seeds and berries from the old man's feeders. Then they flew south for the winter, just as they did every year. The birds flew away. After the birds left, the old man was lonely, just as he was every year. He fixed himself cottage cheese and some pepper, his favorite snack. But he was still lonely. When he looked out the window, the squirrels could tell he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy at all. "Go away," shouted the old man. "I don't like squirrels. I don't like you at all." So the squirrels are growing concerned because the little old man, look at his sad face. He's very lonely without his birds. The squirrels held a meeting deep inside a large tree. They decided to make an old man a present to make up for taking the seeds and berries. Now, not many people know this, but squirrels are not only fuzzy little geniuses, but they collect just about anything they find on the ground. The squirrels have a vast stockpile of spectacular junk to choose from. But what could they make for the little old man to like? Bottle caps? Nah. Popsicle sticks? Nah. Oh, postage stamps? Not really. Finally, they had it. They had the perfect gift. What do you suppose they're going to make? They even have a toothbrush over there, a pencil, a Band-Aid, a little toy car. What could they possibly make for the little old man? The squirrels stacked up all of their loose change on the little old man's doorsteps. There were dimes and pennies and nickels and quarters. There were even a few tokens from Kugel's arcade. It all added up to $47.36, plus a new round of skee balls. Maybe the squirrels aren't so bad, he thought. The little old man thought to himself. But I still like birds better. This gave the squirrels another idea. They went to work with their junk again. I wonder what they're going to make. They have a large collection of junk. When the old man woke up the next morning, he was amazed that the birds had returned. Wait, the birds already returned? But the birds fly south for the summer. They fly south so they can keep warm. But wait, those aren't birds. They were the squirrels disguised. Great googly moogly, said the old man. This will be quite a painting. He ran outside, took down his lasers and the wires and spring-loaded trapeze and turned to the bird feeders. All the bird feeders into squirrel feeders. Then he painted till his brushes ran out of bristles. What did the squirrels do? They disguised themselves as birds. The squirrels were so overjoyed they had a party in the little old man's house. Those darn squirrels, said the little old man, and he shook his fist. But this time, he was smiling. The end. That's such a great story. The little old man didn't really like the squirrels, but even though he was mean to them, the squirrels weren't mean to him, and they even gave him a couple of presents. Wasn't that nice? I hope you liked the book. I enjoyed reading it to you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.